If you want to be ahead of the curve, here are the up-and-coming artists that I believe will be nominated for Best New Artist at the Grammys this year. For those of you new here, hi, I'm Kokomoko. I work in media and marketing, and I've made a career off of accurately predicting trends and rising stars. In fact, I went viral last Grammys for accurately predicting 6 out of the 7 major awards. And if you want to know what artists I think are about to break big, you can follow my Middle Row playlist on Spotify, where I update it weekly with my new favorite artists that I think are about to break mainstream. Now back to the video. One really big misconception is that the new artist has to be someone that started making music newly. That's not true. According to the Grammys' own website, it is not about when the artist started putting out music, but rather if they broke into the mainstream zeitgeist that year. That leads me to my first prediction, Zara Larsson. Her voice has been behind a lot of hit songs, but I feel like she hasn't had branding that has pushed her into the mainstream consciousness until Midnight Sun and what she's doing with this new album. Touring with one of the most streamed artists of this year, Tate McRae, seems to be having a similar effect to what Sabrina Carpenter and Gracie Abrams had with Taylor Swift. Next up is Alex Warren. I'm going to do a whole other video on him and this concept of what I believe is social proof, which can kind of help you elevate from one level of fame to the next, and he's kind of done this effortlessly. Somber is another artist that has a really specific branding that feels similar to the 1975, and he is breaking into the mainstream zeitgeist and specifically getting radio play, which is so important in becoming a household name. I always say you can't be a household name unless everyone in the family knows you. So grandma has to know you who's listening to the radio, and Gen Z has to know you who's listening to you on Snapchat. Jessie Murph is another artist who's really breaking big with her song Blue Strips and her new album. She's also kind of like Somber, where she figured out a specific branding that really works for her. She has a really unique sound and formula, and I feel like she's moving culture towards her. She's moving the needle towards her, which is kind of what Charlie XCX did with Brat last year. Gigi Perez is really breaking through, and she kind of has that substance and layers in the lyrics that I think the Grammys look for. Cat's Eye, hands down, is in the running, and I would bet money that they would actually win. Addison Rae has been doing performances at the Grammy Museum, which makes me think she's cozying up to them and potentially going to get a Best New Artist nomination. However, she was snubbed at the VMAs this year. Royal Otis, a band from Australia, they have that social proof with having Lola Tung from The Summer I Turned Pretty in their music video. They're breaking through. Raven Lenae, a pop artist from Chicago who had one of the songs of summer on Spotify, definitely something I believe the Grammys is looking at. Role Model, who has one of those reoccurring bits where he has someone come out for his song Sally, that kind of puts him in the pop culture zeitgeist in a major way. And rounding it out with the Marias, who I'm surprised have not been nominated yet, but I could see them doing it this year. Let me know who I missed and who you think will win.